It is technically Thursday, right? Just so we're clear. Yes, it's Thursday, June 13th, 2019, 11:45 a.m. I am starting a new series since I like movies. Uh, I'm going to do, but I haven't started those yet, an older version, like black and white and silent and stuff that I like. And then these, which are movies that I'm currently renting from the library for the last couple of months now. And I've already got Girl on the Train filmed. And next is Jungle, which has Daniel Radcliffe in it. So if you're a fan of that, stick around for that. War for Planet of the Apes. If you're a Planet of the Apes fan, stick around for that. Halloween, the newest one. That one's gonna suck because I've got a lot of negative for about it, but that's fine. If you like it, stick around. I'll do a review for Jezebel, which was kind of like a possessive or possession. You could call it thriller movie, I guess. It's just not that. It's kind of like Skeleton Key, if you will. As a matter of fact, that's exactly what it's like. Skeleton Key. But, younger people version of it, I guess. A Quiet Place was not terrible, but not great. But I like Emily Blunt, and if you like her, go see it. I'd recommend it. Resident Evil, which is what I watched earlier this week, the final chapter, which I can't believe I forgot. The thought of me forgetting a Resident Evil, considering I own them all except for Degeneration, which was the animated one. I would go see it. It's good. I made an Instagram post about it to Mila directly, stating my thoughts on it, and a couple people liked it, I guess, so no big deal. Escape Room sucked, I will admit that, because, let's face it, I don't want to see some failure, murderous, junkie smoker be the only survivor of a horrific thing where all these other people die. I mean, come on. It's just like the stupidest stereotypical horror movie ever made. And, that'll be in my review. Whenever I film it, I'll give that opinion. But I'm keeping a list of all the movies I rent, watch, like, and hate. And, there was one with Natalie Portman that I'm not even going to mention. It was like Mimic, Body Snatchers, and, what was the other one? It was like so many movies that have been done before with an all-female, unknown all-female cast. Not to me, anyways. I didn't know any of them except for Natalie Portman, and it's because I've seen her in, the trailer on TV for it, but the movie sucked. And I don't want to do a review for it, personally, so I'm not going to. So, not every movie I rent I'm going to do a review for, but if they're good enough to make me grab it off the shelf and then enjoy it watching it and surprises me, I'll do a review for it. Okay, that's that. Let's move on to the next subject for Thoughts Thursday. Books. The Auschwitz Escape. Now, I say that with a smile on my face because I learned about this stuff in school. A little bit in school, I think. Like the Anne Frank stuff and whatever. But this book's better. I like it. Because I saw it on the shelf and I was like, okay, I learned this in school. Let's see if it's anything like that. And then I didn't read the cover. I didn't read anything like on the back or anything. I just grabbed it and I was like thumbing through it. And I saw, a little intrigued. So I rented it. And the thing about my library bit is you get 3 weeks, which is good because I'm a slow, very, very slow reader. No matter what the size of the font is, no matter anything. This is 400 or 500 pages. And I'm on page 93 in a week. It took me a week to read 93 pages. Now, I don't read it every day. I don't read it all day and all night. I read it for maybe 3 hours a day when I do read it. But I can't stop reading it when I do read it. So I'm thinking, my thought for today, Thursday, is should I do book reviews? And should I make a vlog every week over what I've read and get you guys intrigued into reading? Because I think reading is important. I think that people spend too much time on their cell phones, which I have not had since January 2017. That's right, people. I haven't had a phone in that long, and I'm alive and breathing, happy-ish, as a person can be in Iowa. That's another video. Alright, but yes, this this movie, what am I doing? This book, not a movie, actual pages, is really good. It's a chapter after chapter after chapter. It makes you want to know what happens to the leading character. Wouldn't you like to know? Jacob is one of the first. It says the we in the names. God help me. They're hard to pronounce. Like the Weizzy. I'm gonna say Wee's family, and that's part of part 1 and part 2, as far as I'm concerned. They've got the first 2 parts. I'm on part 2, almost at part 3, and it's still the Wees family, so I'm assuming they each get at least 1 or 2 parts that look like... Hold on a second. Like this. And the book's split into a lot of them, but it's very detailed. It makes you want to cry a little bit at how disgusting it is, but it also makes you very fascinated to follow the journey of real people that survived concentration camps like Auschwitz. And you learn terminology that you learned in school, and you're learning the background of that terminology, which you didn't learn in school, which I find way more intriguing and fascinating about this book. It's like history, but fun. Disgusting fun, but something I think that people should learn and read. I like it. I would suggest this. So, if you're willing to spend, what is it? US $27. What, like, sales tax is, what, $70, $1.40, like, less than $30 on a book. Do it. Go to Barnes & Noble and get your ass this book. Or go to your library and read it if you're poor like me. You should rent this book. I like it. So I think I'm going to do book reviews, like, when I'm done reading. It'll take me like 3 or 4 weeks, so it'll probably be like a once a month thing. But I have 2 more books at the library that I do want to rent. One's called Fallout by somebody I don't know, and another one is... Gosh, I can't remember, but it looked intriguing on the shelf, and when I thumbed through it a bit, it was interesting. So I think I might do movie reviews, both old and new, 2 separate series, but sort of the same, and then a book review, because I like books. You know, since April this year, I've started going back to the library for the first time in decades, and that's important, because I'm bored a lot. Internet sucks. I can't drive. Books and movies are my life, people. That and photography and cooking and video games and this, obviously, for the last 11, 12 years. But, yes, that's all. I think this Thoughts Thursday is... I'm just going to check it. 8 minutes, 45 seconds. So, 1 minute, 15 seconds or something left. Oh, last thing I want to talk about is this stupid game on this stupid tablet. Guns of Glory. I don't know what your problem is, but you suck. I've updated you several times, and, you know, it could just be the size of data it takes, which isn't a terrible amount, tremendous at all. The only thing I like about it is the dungeon feature, and I can't even do that anymore, because Guns of Glory is the name of the game, and it doesn't play good. It played so good for a bit, just like Final Fantasy XV, and that game went to shit last year, and I haven't played it since. It hasn't been on my tablet since. Guns of Glory is heading there. It closes out, it's sluggish, it's glitchy, it's shitty. I've been kicked out of my guild because I lost interest in logging in every day and waiting in a year and a half for it to load, only to close me out. It didn't let me do the maps. It didn't let me attack monsters or help. As I was saying, Guns of Glory it was great. I loved lots of parts of it, but it was just a game I gave a chance. And for 3 months it was fine. 2 or 3 months, and then it went to shit. And for the last year, I've just been struggling to play it. It doesn't want to stay open on all devices. I think it shouldn't be a top-selling game. It should not be a top-ranking game, and it should not be a game at all that updates ever, unless it is good for generic tablets. I think you should allow it to be playable for all platforms. That's just me. But if you're not going to make it playable for, say, touchscreen laptops, the newer generation laptops or whatever, then it shouldn't be anything for like this tablet or your phone, because you're assuming that your consumers have that kind of fucking money to buy the iPhone every damn time it comes out, or have Samsung or iPhone, Apple, Nintendo. I don't know. You can't just assume that every Tom, Dick, and Harry poor boy in the world's gonna afford that shit. Okay, I have the cheapest generic tablet on the planet, and yet Monster Legends has never had an issue, and they update like crazy. Lords Mobile, which by the way has had several issues, but that's because they're constantly updating, and they're the top seller now. They're the top free game, and I like it. I like it, I love it, I want more of it. I have never had a problem with it, except for earlier this year when they were doing a huge update, and the event was for their birthday or something, I guess, which is still currently going on. That's the only time I ever had problem logging in, and they fixed it, and they compensate you like crazy. Like 600 gems every update. You could literally do nothing in the game all year. You get like 1,000,000 gems just for free, and a lot of speed ups and stuff. So the compensation outweighs the one issue in the year that almost a year. I'm on day like 350 of logins, which are consecutive, which if you play the game, you know I'm at maximum VIP because of it. Because I'm awesome. Anyways, you heard about movies I'm going to do reviews on. You heard about movies I'm not going to do reviews on. You heard about book that I'm reading. Might start a series for that, for book reviews. You've heard me complain about life. Those of you that like my Guru Shot stuff as noon approaches, because I do want to go to the library later and see if there's any more movies out that I want to watch. Enjoy the fresh air and everything. I gotta do some gardening. I want to plant some peas, I think. Thoughts Thursday. Thoughts. I do want to start glass art again, but I'm waiting for a more consecutively nice week that's not so windy, because I remember it used to crack every time the wind would blow the glass, and that shards it, and it's frustrating because sometimes it's a waste of propane when it takes 30 or 40 minutes to make a tiny little piece of glass art. And I decided that I want to use river glass that I find by the riverside, because one, it's free, two, it is, I don't know, some of it's not collectible, so I might as well use it, because I go there anyways, and it just, I don't know, it passes the time collecting glass that you find like ocean and beaches and stuff. I want to make it into art. It belongs in art, not in the water, right? So I'll turn it into art or something. Gardening, movies, books, food, photography, library. Weather's been shit. I like sunny days, but I don't like windy and buggy and gross. It hasn't been too sticky or humid lately, but there's no storms. It's been like 8 years, world. Let's get some storms, okay? Not floods. We're bored with that. That was March and April. Let's get over it. I need a haircut. I'll get a haircut sometime. I need a bank account. I need a car and a phone, blah, blah. I don't need that stuff, but I do need a haircut. If storm season picks up, I want to be not wearing a hat and chasing after it. And I don't want my hair to be whipping in my face. And I don't wear ponytails and shit. That's not me. I'm not David Beckham. I despise long hair on people. I like having something to run my fingers through, but not so much that I want to sweat every time I go for a walk. Walking. I've been doing a lot of walking. Like every day. Miles and miles and miles. I don't know what possesses me, but sometime between the start of Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy, I get up and go out and walk like an hour a day. Like it's always like 50 minutes to an hour. I will do the entire circumference of a city. And when I want to stop, I'm like, I think I'll add another block. And something's inside of me telling me, you gotta go walking. I think it's because I'm 30 and I want to stay fit or exercise. And the whole year has been sluggish up to this month. I've just been walking so much, my feet have blisters. And I've told my friends, what the hell is wrong with me? I have blisters on my feet. I'm walking more than I ever have. I used to walk a lot when I was a kid. Now I'm just ranting on. This isn't thoughts. These are thoughts in my head. But I want to I want to sew more crap, more stuff. I'm going to cut up sheets that are old, like I did for this quilt that's on my bed, because I'm awesome. I like that kind of crafty shit. I'm too talented not to like that stuff, I guess. It's something possesses me to be... Oh, this is what I wanted to show you guys. I almost forgot about this. Our library, which is the Whiting Memorial Library in Mapleton, Iowa. Reading Takes You Everywhere summer reading challenges for adults. You have to complete 4 of 6 for grand prize this August, but this Friday, I think it's every Friday, you get a card like this. Volunteer at the library. Write a poem, turn it in, read a book with the word love in the title, look something up about the universe, and go out bird watching in Birdsong, get a cookbook. I'm easily going to fill this card out by the end of next week, or Friday's drawing, but I already entered one, and it was rent a book, read a kid's book, rent a DVD. I did a drawing, and they submitted that. And basically, it's like just to get more people to come to the library and be more interactive with your community, I guess. And I like the idea. So, you're a library person out there, get this. It's pretty cool. It's very important. And I told them that it's a good way to get people to come back to the library. Put that in the back of my book because I don't want to lose it. But yes, that's my thoughts Thursday. I do have new memes for me Monday. I need to watch Judge Judy a little bit more this week and start snapping more pictures because I don't like to get the ones off Google. They're either weird sizes, and if I take them myself off my own TV, then I know what size they are. So I have 5 or 6 made, but I need a lot more to do a Meme Monday because I haven't done a Meme Monday in a while, and Judge Judy's hilarious. So stay tuned for that a Monday from now. Talked about the movie reviews, the video, the game, the library, the gardening, blah, blah. Oh! One last thing I'll slip in here is I bred successfully 2 different irises, and I'm very excited. I'm 100%, not 100%, but almost a million billion percent confident that my breeding of what I'm going to call the bearded lemon champagne iris. The bearded lemon champagne iris. Lemon champagne iris. The bearded lemon champagne iris is what I'm going to call my champagne iris that Grandma gave me when I was a kid. And finally bloomed for the first time in 3 years. And a beautiful, gorgeous, bright, sunshiny, lemony, as lemon yellow irises could possibly be perfect. I took the anthers covered in pollen and pollinated and bred with my champagne iris, and the seed pod formed and it swelled bigger than all the other ones, which means it was successful. I'm certain because the videos I've seen of the experts doing it, garden tippers, all say that it'll be successful if the seed pod forms twice. But I've talked a lot. This will be an extra big Thoughts Thursday. The experts say that the seed pod will form below the flower and it'll swell and look bigger than the other ones, and this one looks as fat as my finger, so I'm almost certain that I successfully bred it. and I only did it on 3 flowers because I had like 8, but 2 or 3 dried up and didn't really bloom. But 3 or 4 were really big and beautiful. So I did it on all 3 of them. On all of the anthers and whatever else you do to breed a flower or an iris. They're all different, I'm sure, are the same. But so I have to wait now. I'm going to have to look it up again. But I think you have to wait 2 months, keep it on the plant to dry out, and then like break it off or something and put it in like a paper cup or something, which is what I do. But I think I've done it wrong over the years. I used to just throw them on the ground and let them germinate again and all that stuff. But you have to plant them again in fall because they have to be in the ground during winter. I think I'll put them in a pot and try it and save the rest of the seeds some other time to try it somewhere else if I move or whatever, so that I always have irises. But I would love to start a new generation of irises that don't have the rot, because that's what really obliterated every iris I ever owned, and I'm very disappointed about that. That's about it. I don't know. There's a lot more thoughts, but we'll save that for next Thoughts Thursday, because this is already going to be a lot of editing. 3 parts combined into one. So I will see you guys next time for more Thoughts Thursday, Meme Mondays, book reviews, movie reviews, and vlogs. See you next time, guys. Bye-bye.